So to move things along, let me introduce you to our guest speaker. This district that we live in is larger than states. It's about 25% of the land area of Texas, so he moves around a lot, and we're thrilled and privileged to have him here. He's a veteran of the United States Navy, and perhaps on January 6th, when he had just started his term, you may have caught a little bit of him on TV, because as some insurgents kind of invaded the United States Capitol and made it all the way through to the House chamber, Congressman Gonzales was one of the people barricading the doors and keeping those insurgents at bay and helping move the other members of Congress to safety. Quick thinker, great congressman, bright future ahead. A member of the Appropriations Committee in his first term, which really very, very rarely happens. So without saying anything else, I will introduce you to nuestro amigo, Tony Gonzales.
Thank you, President Gallego, for that warm introduction. And, I'll go on script here in a minute. I want to go off script first. First off, it is an absolute honor to be here. And a couple of takeaways for me is this, before I get into it. My grandmother, she had an 8th grade education. And what she would see today is all these beautiful, young Hispanic women ready to go out and conquer the world. And that is exciting to see. So thank y'all all for having fought this far to get through. For me, this is the very first time in my life I've ever worn a gown. It is. I did not graduate high school, so I didn't walk the stage in high school. I got my associate's degree, and when I got my associate's degree, I got it in the mail because I was fighting in Afghanistan. When I got my bachelor's degree, I got it in the mail because I was having one of my children. When I got my master's degree, I got it in the mail because I was out at a new duty station. So I've never had the opportunity to be in an environment like this. And I would tell you, it is very exciting. I'm excited about the future ahead. I could feel it. You could feel the positive energy, and it's so exciting to see what all of y'all are going to go out and accomplish in your life. So now I'll go on script. So first off, thank you, President Gallego, for inviting me to speak this afternoon. It's no easy job to carry an installation through a historic pandemic with unparalleled challenges. So I would like to thank you, President Gallego, for his success in his role, and you see that today with all of us gathered here. The success of a graduating class sitting here today is a testament not only to the hard work of the students, but the strong community here at Sul-Ross State University. You are leaving here with an excellent education, a strong work ethic, most importantly, a community that is willing to rally around you. When times get tough, remember that you do not have to go it alone. You are here taking not only the connections you've made, but the network from Sul-Ross with you as you leave here today. This community includes not only you and your fellow graduates, but alumni, former professors, and staff who invested so much in you. Your success will be their success. Believe me, hard work will pay off. You have no idea just how far it can take you. It's okay not for you to only plan your future, but live your future. As someone who dropped out of high school, most people would not have predicted me to attend a future graduation ceremony, much less be a keynote speaker. But a lot has happened over the past year not many have predicted would happen. Y'all all are standing in front of us. You fought through to be here. Sul-Ross celebrated 100 years of education and scholarship last year. There is no doubt this graduating class has faced unprecedented challenges, one that students have come before you in the past 100 years could not even imagine. The skills that brought you here are the skills that will carry you through hard times the rest of your life. The ability to adapt and preserve in the face of adversity is something that will serve you well in your future. But I have a feeling that many of you are no stranger to challenges, perseverance, or adversity. You know, for me, I grew up in a household that was very abusive. My father abandoned me at 2 months old. My mother remarried. We spent time in a battered women's shelter. There was a period of time in my life that was very dark. At age 15, I moved out. I lived on my own. At age 18, my grandfather, who was the most influential person to me in my life, he passes away. And down this spiral I went. I didn't know what was in store for me, what my future held. And honestly, I had no idea what would be next. But I always knew if you had one thing that would strive and make you achieve where you need to be, it was just one word that my grandfather implanted in me. And it's ganas, right? The ganas to go out and do and succeed, the will, the desire to fight through no matter what hand you are dealt, that you could achieve and be anything. Why? Because we live in the greatest country on earth. You know, when I was one credit away from graduating high school, I dropped out. I'd go on this spiral. And I joined the Navy for one reason. It allowed me opportunity. I didn't know how to swim. I didn't like sailors. I had no interest of being out on a ship. But the Navy offered me that opportunity. They said, you know, not only can you become a cryptologist and do all these things, but you could get your high school diploma while you were in service. It was so critical for me to get my diploma. So I ended up getting my high school diploma while I was in the Navy. Like many of you, I have a balanced life of having a family, having to work, and doing these different things. You know, it's hard to focus when you have that life. It's hard to focus solely on just your education. So to be able to, you know, attempt to work through your education as well as your family is something that I know is not new to all of y'all. That skill will be with you the rest of your life. You know, for me, when I earned a degree that day, after fighting so hard, it opened doors to myself and my family, and honestly for future generations to come for the Gonzales family, because I firmly believe education is the ultimate equalizer. And you hear that a lot, right? But it is an actual reality. You know, here I am, a United States Congressman, and I guarantee if I would not have furthered my education, I would not be here today. I encourage you all to use your education as a launch pad for your future successes. As your congressman, I walk the same halls of Congress as people like John F. Kennedy, like John Lewis, even Sonny Bono, and of course, how could I forget my good friend, Pete Gallego. Many of my current colleagues, they went to Ivy Leagues or other prestigious private East Coast schools. But I walk the halls of the Capitol with the same sense of belonging that the current and past members of Congress have. When people talk about these prestigious schools, I know that it doesn't necessarily matter where you came from, it's what you do with the opportunities that you have. In fact, many of my colleagues have gone to Harvard, they've gone to Yale, they've graduated all these wonderful colleges and universities throughout. And here I am without a high school diploma in the same halls as them, and not only there, but pushing for the ideals that I believe our country is headed. I say this because many of you are from Eagle Pass, or Del Rio, or Uvalde, or other similar communities across South and West Texas. I know some of you will work with others that come from large cities and talk about their region. I urge you, wherever you land, don't ever forget where you came from. Don't forget your community. Realize that community is part of who you are, and you're on this path because of that. And in the end, that's all you need. You need an opportunity. This is the opportunity that you have. And as you transition from classroom to workplace, I hope you all know that you too belong in that room. You deserve a seat at the table as much as your coworker sitting next to you. It does not matter the path you took to get here, how long it took for you to earn your degree, or what you've overcome to be in this situation. Today, you are earning the same degree as others all across the country. Your degree has evened the playing field, and your hard work will set you apart. As you compete for jobs and opportunities, remember, hard work and determination have got you this far. It is that same effort and grit that will put you ahead of others in your life. Many college students have not had to overcome the challenges that you have faced this year. Whether you are a first-generation college student working full-time during your coursework, you earned your degree by putting school as a priority. Each of you sitting here today faced your own unique set of challenges while earning your diploma. You have shown the community that education is the way forward. The setbacks you have overcome will give you an edge over others. Your sense of determination cannot be taught and is something that not everyone has. You should be proud, you should be determined, and you should be grateful for all along the way of everything that you've accomplished. For many of you here today, today's accomplished is not just your own. This graduation is the pride of your parents, your grandparents, your families, your friends, your teachers, and your community alike. Never underestimate the power of the community. I would not be standing here today if my community had not believed in me and elected me to Congress. When I was in the Navy, I could not have accomplished the things I did in life without my fellow sailors, my family, and those that loved and believed in me. Not only do you have the resource of the supportive community behind you, but you are uniquely equipped to make a world difference for those around you. Whether it is with your family, your friends, your neighborhood, church, or local government, you have a story to tell and advice to pass along to future generations. You are all leaving here today well positioned to become the next generation of leaders for our region, for Texas, and for our country. The best type of leader is one that shows up with passion, energy, and there to make the place better than the way they found it. Before I finish today, I want you to leave you with one final request that may seem from left field, but is too important not to bring up. As you leave the university and enter into the workforce, you are bound to come across people you do not always agree with. Please remember, it is okay to disagree with others. Do so in a manner that is respectful and polite. When that happens, I encourage you to begin a conversation and find common ground. Get to understand differing views and embrace them. Learn from them. Create a dialogue that doesn't put someone down or tries to cancel them. Use it as an opportunity to grow and explain your beliefs. It is something that does not happen enough these days, whether it is at the family table, at the dinner table, or whether it's in Washington, D.C. We can all have a conversation with each other and discuss our common goals, values, beliefs, that we were able to see that we have much more in common than the differences that we share. Real change does not happen on the right or the left. It happens on common ground. Thank you again, President Gallego and the faculty and staff at Sul Ross for inviting me to speak here today. Most importantly, congratulations to the Sul Ross community. I want to end with this. Never forget your story. You are here for a reason. Go out. The world, we live in the greatest country on earth. Go out and do and achieve whatever goals and successes that you want to achieve. And don't forget, there are those around you that are here today that love you and will always have your back. Thank you.